schools, 40 schools, giving them the book. But no cultivation. Somewhere got stuck. Yeah, but it will produce little somewhere or other. Oh, my young days I did this Krishna test. Is it not? We meet many people, oh, I did this. Some people, they have taken up to Krishna consciousness. So it will never go waste. So the order is very, very important. And his rolling in the dust at the doorstep of householders was such an appealing. He came to ordinary masses to give them shelter at the lotus feet of Gauranga. And that is Nityananda Prabhu. So he delivered Jaga and Madai. You do not know what is the purpose of this life. The highest purpose of life was Nityananda Prabhu was giving us. So this is how Lord Nityananda Prabhu's grace that Mahaprabhu could give this mercy to the whole world. So coming to Chaitanya Charitamrita, Nitya Leela, we will see some pastimes of childhood pastime activities of Nityananda as ordered by our team. They said, Prabhu, you have to talk about Nityananda's pastime. Actually, when we are talking these pastimes, keep one thing in your mind. Is our ISKCON Cultural Center has some relation with this. Because Nityananda Prabhu, most of the time he was doing natkam. He was performing those beautiful dramas where you would get involved there. The pastimes of Nityananda Prabhu and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the pastimes of Rama Lakshman and Krishna and Balaram, you can see the aggressive mood of protecting the legacy or propagating the legacy of Lakshmana and Balaram is different from the merciful mood of Nityananda. If you see, Lakshmana was getting angry when Ram was not about to be coronated. He was about to kill. Same thing happened when went to the forest, when he came to know Bharata was coming and he was ready to. Then Ram said, no, don't worry, Bharata, what you are thinking he is not. Same thing happened when Lakshmana, when Sugriva did not reciprocate in time, he went there. You can see. So the mood is that they were aggressively seeing that Ram's dharma is protected. Same thing happened with the Balaram. He was always protecting Krishna's interest everywhere. They would not hesitate to even kill. But the same Balaram became so peaceful. Even a person wants to kill him, he will allow him to hate him. So the mood changed. Kali Yuga. So all of us have to keep this in the mind in our prachar. How humble you are, that much successful you are. How smart you are in communicating to the heart, that much success is there. So the more you talk about other parampara, you are going to fail. Just talk about our sampradaya, what we are doing, glorify this movement, talk about Tom, Dick and Harry becoming Krishna Bhaktas. Don't talk about others. We don't have to put somebody down to make us up. So the humility is, that's enough. We are doing this. We are able to deliver. So many people are taking up the Krishna consciousness. Today I was seeing our Anirudh Prabhu, chartered accountant, doing puja. This only can happen in ISKCON. Rarely it can happen anywhere else, but it can happen in ISKCON. Person has got so much of money, he comes here as a servant and does early morning, 4 o'clock. It is not. It's amazing. I'm not glorifying him. I'm just talking about what amazing things can happen. You stay in ISKCON. Every day something happens. Somewhere or the other. So it is certainly, don't think it is very casual. No. It is very unusual. It is both Ashcharya. Krishna is speaking about in Bhagavad Gita, right? He says Ashcharya, very. The soul which is there, to understand that is very, very difficult. Most difficult. But if you come to ISKCON and go through our parampara, easily you can understand. You are not the part and parcel. What's so difficult there? We are just part and parcel of Krishna. We are just changing our body. Everything is very neatly explained there. So what matters, yesterday when I was observing those kids, was their spontaneous reciprocation with the Harinam. When we chant Hare Krishna mantra, suddenly the elders, they don't reciprocate so easily. So better to be a child in Krishna consciousness all the time than a mature person. Because when maturity comes, you don't know what is you are taking responsibilities which you don't know at all, which is you don't require also. So there is a miscrewed understanding as we grow up in material life, not in spiritual life. So it makes a lot of difference when the child. So Komala Shraddha is very necessary for us. Let us keep that way and always keep it open. So it goes on adding and adding so that you make progress. So all glories to Sri Krishna Chaitanya, the ocean of mercy. All glories to Vishwambara, the beloved son of Jagannath and Sachi. All glories to devotees of Lord Chaitanya. So in Radha Desh, where Supreme Lord Nityananda appeared, from the days of his appearance, the whole Radha Desh became all pious. Famine, poverty, others' distress, all at once disappeared. A short distance from Ek Chakra, deity of Moreshwara is present. There is something very important which I'd like to relate this with our ISKCON. He says here, everything vanished, that all poverty, everything is gone as soon as Nityananda was born. But if you look at our ISKCON, the moment ISKCON was born, we have never found anything here shortage. Right from the day I came in, everything is full. Our Bandar is full, nice Krishna Prasadam, nice festivals. So if you look at literally, everything is full here. We don't have that problem also. Disease is also very less here in our temple. Why? So you can relate this, how with the Lord Chaitanya's, what Nityananda's appearance, everything went. So when we observe in Krishna consciousness, there is everything abundantly available which is required for your satisfaction. When your satisfaction goes beyond your capability for withstanding, that becomes ajirna. Then the problem. So in material world, that's the problem. You don't know what is satisfaction. It's ultra. So Nityananda Prabhu was non-different from Balaram. His father had worshipped the deity in the Eka Chakra. So Nityananda Prabhu, and his father was a qualified Brahmana, very detached, full of compassion. His wife was Padmavati, who was very chaste and exalted devotee. She was the mother of the universe. Both Hadai Pandit and Padmavati Devi were very magnanimous. Lord Nityananda appeared in their family out of their own sweet will. On the auspicious 13th day of waxing moon in the month of Maha, Lord Nityananda made his appearance. He was the eldest among the sons of Hadai Pandit. Seeing all the auspicious symptoms, everyone's eyes filled with joy. Hadai Pandit was very happy when he heard his Padmavati wife was pregnant. She gave birth to a beautiful child on an auspicious day, and the religious-minded ladies of villages came to see the child and bless him. Each gave a different opinion about the child. One woman questioned whether the child was actually a boy or a doll made of golden butter. Another woman commented that she had never seen such a child who could cool both eyes and the heart. Every day a crowd gathered at the house of Harai Oja and of well-being of his son. Harai Oja would distribute money to the needy people and perform other types of charitable activities. You see, contrary to if we go and visit somebody else's child, somebody's house, we may think, oh, our child may be better. I'm not telling everybody may do it, but generally it happens in the house also. We sisters, brothers, no, he's a little darker than my son. We start comparing that. It happens. I don't know, it happened to me. So there is this kind of, but you see everything is contrary, that everybody is coming and praying. So this is what you can see, material world, comparatively opposite. See, when we look at our own practice, our own life from before, everything is contradictory in spiritual life. But we are very joyful here. At that time we were never peaceful. Because we were always thinking, when my son will do much better than the neighbor's kid. But here it's ulta. There's always thinking, let him do better than me. So look at the whole world of ultam pulta. Very difficult to stay in ISKCON, isn't it? But over a period of time, things can change. So his mother loved him so much, she never put him down from her lap. At the time of his name-giving ceremony, someone suggested name Rama. Someone else suggested the name Nityananda for the child. When he was old enough to crawl on the ground, people spontaneously called him Nitai and wanted to hold him on their lap. People were enchanted by his sweet smile, teeth which looked like drops of milk. Nityananda became the center of the life of people of Ekachakra. This Ekachakra, I just read somewhere. Why did this name Chakra come there? It seems in Mahabharata Yuddha, there was fight between Krishna and Bhishma Deva. Actually, it was Krishna and Bhishma because Arjuna was becoming weak. So it was literally between Krishna and... so he became very, in anxiety where Bhishma will kill his disciple Arjuna. So he himself, wait, you are useless. You wait, let me go on. He took that. He took that chakra which was there and he was about to, live it. The moment chakra was taken in his heart, the Bhishma Dev threw all his weapons came and fell at the feet of Krishna. This is what I wanted to see. I'm sorry I hurt you so much. I wanted to see that chakra in your hand. The moment he said that, Krishna threw that, it seems he threw it, and that fell in the place of Eka Chakra, one chakra. So that's why the name came. So that is there in the books. So that's why it became Eka Chakra. The point is, somewhere or the other, it is connected like that. So Eka Chakra, wheel Sudarshan, is always meant for protecting devotees. He's always there by the side. So we don't have to worry at all. When we are doing the Harinam Sankirtan, many difficulties come. They are always protected. Then in the time Nityananda began to grow, due to the influence of his illusionary, nobody came to recognize him. He concealed his identity and happily played with his boyfriends. Whatever pastimes he enjoyed with his childhood were all related to the pastimes of Krishna. He and his friends formed assembly of demigods. One of them acted as Mother Earth, praying to the rest of them. Then they led the mother to river bank where children began to offer prayers. One boy, hiding from the rest, loudly said, I will soon take birth in Mathura Gokula. So this is how. One night the Lord and his friends enacted the marriage of Vasudeva and Devaki. Another night, while everyone was asleep, they made a jail cell enacting the birth of Lord Krishna. They made one place in Gokula, taking the baby Krishna there, he exchanged with Mahamaya, tricking Kamsa. Another time, they dressed someone as Putana. Someone climbed on the chest of the suckered breast. One day, Lord Nityananda and his friends made Sakatasvara, handcraft. So these kind of pastimes were going on. Children's parents never complained, rather they affectionately embraced Nityananda. So they said, whenever we never seen such a transcendental sports, how does this child know so many Krishna's pastimes? One day Lord made snakes out of leaves and took his friends to the water. One of them jumped in the water and did not move. Later on, the Lord brought him back to consciousness. Another day, Lord and his friend went to Talavana, where they killed Dhenukasura and they ate the Tala fruits. Lord Nityananda and his childhood friends went to fields, enjoyed various pastimes. Such was the killing of Bakasura, Agasura, Vatasura. In the afternoon, Lord and his friends returned home, blowing buffalo horns. One day they enjoyed the pastimes of lifting Govardhana hill. Another day they created Vrindavana where they enjoyed various sports. Once they enacted Krishna's pastimes of stealing the gopis' clothes. Another day they enacted the meeting in the voice of the Brahmanas. On one occasion, the boy dressed with false beard as Narada gave Kamsa some secret news. Another day, a boy was dressed like Akrura and took Krishna and Balaram to the Kamsa's capital. As Nityananda cried in the mood of gopis, it seems to his friends that the river are flowing from his eyes. By the influence of Lord Vishnu's illusion energy, nobody could engage Lord Nityananda, recognize Lord Nityananda's pastime with his friends. Children arranged a city of Mathura, wandered through its streets. Someone played the role of a gardener while another accepted flower garden from him. Someone dressed like Kubja, sandalwood paste, was never accepted by her. They made a large bow and it was broken. This way they had a fight like Chanura and Mushtika. Thereafter, Lord chastised Kamsa by grabbing him by hair. So this was the pastime of Lord. One day, the dressed as Vamana went to cheat Bali Maharaj out of his kingdom, which was covered with 3 worlds. Someone was playing the aged Shukracharya, forbid Bali by giving the 3 steps of Lord Vamana. Accepting the gift, the Lord placed this on that Bali's head. One day, Lord Nityananda enacted the pastime of building a bridge across the ocean. So, in the same way, Lord Nityananda enacted the Rama's pastimes too. So, it went on. One day, a great actor played the role of Dasharatha. Being Rama, hearing that Rama had left the forest, he left his body. Someone once said, the boy dressed as Hanuman, he gave himself the medicine, he was cured. In the same way, Nityananda was revived. His childhood pastimes was most attractive. No one wanted him to leave his lap. How much time we have? Huh? Okay. Because we have to come to Srila Prabhupada's last portion. So in his childhood, Lord Nityananda had no other happiness than enjoying the pastimes of Lord Krishna. All his friends left the parents to constantly sport in the company of Lord. I offer my respectful obeisance to the feet of Lord Nityananda. This was told by Vrindavan Das Thakur. So from all these pastimes, one thing is evident for you, the roadmap is laid. Have as many dramas as possible here. Create a nice atmosphere where by these dramas, people will get attracted. Time and again, you see, earlier we had Ravindra Kalakshetra, we had Town Hall. So many times the same pastimes were going on. We would go and sit there and watch. But when we speak through our heart, it will touch the other's heart. Earlier time, dramas, films were not that famous. Dramas were famous. Street dramas, auditorium. So our Swam Prakash has made a tremendous plan with our Sundarup. We're going to convert this into at least for next 2-3 years, this will be converted to an auditorium. Am I right? Say Haribol. We are shy of. So we want to do that. We want to have these dramas. We want to have the debates. By this, so many people will be defeated. You see, a old man, people, you may not be attracted, but when young children debate, it matters a lot. Let's make one and Advaita and one we'll make Nityananda, 2 devotees, small kids. We'll have a debate. Fantastic it will be. We ourselves get bewildered. By all this, what is happening? Why are they, relating these pastimes? Because it was touching their heart. There was nothing else. The time they were showing Ramayana through the TV, Mahabharata, entire India would stop. The lorry would stop and everybody, hey, Mahabharata aa raha hai, jaake dekhenge. The same thing, the same story, everybody knows. But maybe that was motivated materially. Maybe some spiritual aspect was there. But when you do it with the heart, it makes a lot of difference. So, a good chance for us to look in this direction. Our cultural department, Anirudh Prabhu, please take a note, that our cultural department in this temple should become very strong. It's one of our tools, skill development, where you can really reach out. Because if people are wasting their time in the TV, every day one not come in the temple means they'll come up here. No, because every day we have something to give, new to give. Is it not? So many pastimes, millions of pastimes. This is the advantage of staying near the temple. People like him, he will do youth preaching. He'll bring all young people to do dramas. So, like each one of us can take up different themes, and always can be a vibrant society around ICC. Well, this is, it's already beginning to. The one important close pastime of Lord Nityananda, we'll conclude by that. So, one day a Brahmana came to Nityananda's house, Nimai's house, and he was well cared by parents of Nityananda. He was only 12 year old. So everything was served nicely. He had many children. All served this Brahmana very nicely. And afterwards, this Brahmana asked, I'm very impressed with this one son of yours. Kindly give it to him. Wow. Usually, Brahmanas give everything. Whatever they have, that is their nature. To give is their nature. So, for the first time, a Brahmana is taking a step back. He says, he's asking Nityananda to go. But by nature, usually they say yes, no? He said yes. But he went back and thought, what did I do? I am giving my soul to him. Both husband and wife didn't know what to do. But they have to give. It was not that they don't want to give, but they didn't know how to give. It was a very difficult situation for husband and wife, which led to serious problem later on. So let us see what happens. So when the sannyasi asked for that, when the sannyasi left, Nityananda fell on the ground. When he took and went, both husband and wife became unconscious. They dropped dead. Even the villagers of Ekachakra became half dead when they heard that Nityananda had left. People assembled at the house of Hare Oja and tried to revive Pandita and his wife, but regaining their consciousness, the parents simply, the moment they got conscious, they started crying of Nityananda. Their profuse tears continued to melt and hard stones. So this is very natural, even for us. When our own children, our own parents, our own brothers and sisters, when they part us, we have that attachment, tears come. It is real. But now a question may come up and say, what is the difference between the parents? They are exalted people. Why are they crying like this? You can say, oh, this is the same thing. The point is, the difference you have to understand between attachment and affection. When the whole purpose of our Krishna conscious movement is to serve Krishna. Same thing happened with Dasharatha. When Ram was asked, he could not part. So we require a guru to make us understand what is attachment, what is the purpose of Nityananda Prabhu going. So we should not think, okay, both are same. No, both are different. One is contributing towards the society by and large. One is possessing something which is there. So if I am becoming pagal, becoming mad because Nityananda has got, nevertheless let me become pagal. So that was their thinking, that way. So you can easily see that when we are contributing towards the expansion of the society or Sankirtana movement, by chance one of our child joins the temple, you may suffer, you may have problem, but you will see later on, they change. Our Prabhu's parents, their parents, regularly they come. I'm sure for the first day when they joined, they might have a heart attack, small heart attack. I don't know, they should tell us. In our house, 2-3 days we don't go to a house, they would say, what is wrong with this guy? They would call up to the temple. They know only in temple we are there. So even for one day they may not. So this is a natural thing. It was the purpose of the Shastra. When you have 3-4 kids, one has to be given to the for serving the society. Even it happens in defense. A time comes, one has to join the defense army. If you have 4 kids, even in Singapore, if you go there, I came to know that 2 to 3 years you have to serve in the society. Our Indians, at that time, they come off to India. I've seen many times they come. I ask them, why are you coming back? No, my son has to join army. Okay, nevertheless, let us join Chaitanya's army. No problem. You can stay in the house but still fight the war. Is it not? So an army is created here. So the attachment should not be confused between our attachment and this. This is purely an affection towards they are attracted. Their connection is with Lord Nityananda. You understand? But our thinking, what we are thinking is our own children, our own blood. It's an external. That is internal. This is an external aspect. So I'm not criticizing anything, but undue attachment still separates. Today or tomorrow, they are going to separate. So better, let's accept the destiny and not grieve and make our life miserable. Natural course, it will happen. Even in case, if they don't go to those, you will have problem. Even in that way, if they see we are so attached, let us assume he sits in all the time or she sits in the house, you have another problem. He is not going out. So you see how materially everything is imperfection. How everything is spiritual, even though it's the same activity, but everything is perfect. So when they went like that, so astrologers in ISKCON met in solitary, discussed actually who is this person? They realized too late the prophecy has fulfilled that Nityananda, actually he was an Avaduta. So the lamentation of Harai Pandit, the residents of ISKCON, regularly visited the house, and to console them was very, very difficult. In the same way, one day they became mad. So in this way, the Lord married, and I will not go into the details. Now, I'll come to the Maha Prabhu's sacred order. We'll go back to earlier what we started. Mahaprabhu's sacred order. Mahaprabhu, what he said? Gave them the preaching line. Jage tera pita Krishna, yena bhaja papa. Pitra dohi patrika janma janma tapa. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Madhya Kanda, Krishna is the father of entire universe. And anyone who does not respect his father is rebellious and sinful. Therefore, subjected to miseries of birth and death. We are all experiencing. Are we not experiencing? We all have our families. We might have not accepted at that time. Maybe we are now. But there is always misery and suffering. How many people who are near to us have left this world? How many people who are near cheated us? So many things are happening. When we are there, they are taking away our property. When we are becoming invalid. You look at all the symptoms, it is present in our houses. Our own children whom we think, our own neighbors whom we think they are very near to us, everybody is giving problem. So, cheaters being cheated, but laughingly. Oh, thoda has liya, oh, say it's okay. But actually they have taken away all your wealth. So this is why he critically is talking about why he is rebellious. Bolo Krishna, bhajo Krishna, loho Krishna naam, Krishna Mata, Krishna Pita, Krishna Dana Pran, Chaitanya Bhagavat Madhya Leela. Chant, worship Krishna, sing the glories of Krishna. Krishna is your mother, Krishna is your father, Krishna is your wealth of your life. Suno suno Nityananda, suno Hari Das, Sarvatra Amara Agna Karha Prakash. Prati gare gare giya kare ye bhiksha. Bolo Krishna, bhajo Krishna, karo Krishna shiksha. Iha vaye are bali bali, bali bali, dina avasana amara kahibe, tumara kaile bhiksha, ye nahi baliba. Tabe yemi chakra haste sabera kadiba. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Bhagavad says, listen, listen Nityananda, listen Haridasa. Go door to door and tell everyone they will practice Krishna consciousness. Tell them Krishna consciousness is supreme goal of life. Tell them bolo Krishna, karo Krishna shiksha. And learn the teachings of Krishna. You will come back to me daily and report in the evening. Nothing else is necessary for you both. Whoever will take with the clean heart, they will become slave of Krishna. Whoever becomes anti, I will punish them. In this way, Mahaprabhu gave orders to Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur and started this preaching program. So here Shiksha, Manas Shiksha, Sri Narottam Das Thakur talking about Nidai Pada Kamala Koti Chandra Sushitala Ye Chaya Jagat Judiya He Nitai Vina Bina Radha Krishna Paite Nahi. Drida Kari, Drida Nitere Paya, cooling like 10 million moons. Nitai, lotus feet, soothe the whole world with this shade. Oh brother, without Nitai, you cannot reach Radha Krishna firmly. So this is the point. Ahankare mate haina Nitai pada pasariya, aste yara dhatya kari mani, nityera karuna habe, vraja Radha Krishna pabe. Dhara Nitai Charuna Duikina. Maddened with the pride, forgetting Nitai's feet, I accepted the truth as untruth. When Nitai bestows his mercy, you will reach Radha Krishna feet. So in this way, you have another song by Narottam Das Thakur. He says, Nitai Gunamani, Amara Nitai Gunamani. We can sing all these songs at 10:30. Aniye Premera Vanya Bashala Avani. Nitai, the jewel of all qualities, my Nitai, jewel of all qualities, brought a flood of divine love, inundated this earth. So this is how Lord Chandas Thakur says. Another word, Akronanda Paramananda. Recently, we sang that song. The other day, he was giving class, our Ashok Gaur Prabhu. So in this way, then you have Nadiya Godrume Nityananda Mahajan, Patiyache Namahata Jivera Karan. So in this way, you can go on. Now let's come to Srila Prabhupada on Gaur Nitai glorification. So Prabhupada says, without protection of Gaur Nitai and Krishna Balaram, one cannot get back to dark well of ignorance in material existence. This indicated here by the word, which means that no one will remain in dark well of material existence if Nitai Gaur is worshipped. The living entity must get strength from Nitai Gaura and Krishna Balaram. Without the mercy of Nitai Gaur, there is no way to come out of this darkness, as stated in Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela, Srila Prabhupada is talking about. He explains how Balaram's strength. If you are with Balavan, you also become strong. So Nityananda Prabhu is strong with the mercy of holy name. He is strong in preaching mood. His commitment to his Guru, that is Lord Chaitanya. So if we are taking the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, we will also be committed to our Guru, our Parampara, the protector of our legacy. So that's why he is talked about why Balaram, why he is called Bala. One day Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Sahoditau, Gauda Desho, Pushpavantau, Chitrau, Sandau, Tamanudau. These are all prayers of Srila Prabhupada. I offer my respectful obeisances to Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda, who are like sun and moon. They have arisen simultaneously on the horizon of Gauda to dissipate the darkness of ignorance. The fallen souls in the dark well must take shelter of lotus feet of Gaur Nitai, for thus he can easily emerge out of material existence. Without their strength, simply attempting to get out of clutches Maya is very difficult. Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, 15th chapter, 46th verse. In another place, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally renovated Vrindavan Dham, advised his chief disciple Rupa and Sanatana to develop and open to attract spiritual vision of our general populace. At the present, there are about 5,000 temples in Vrindavan. At that time, Srila Prabhupada was there. And still our society, International Society for Krishna Consciousness, is constructing a huge magnificent temple of Krishna Balaram Mandir along with Radha and Guru and Gauranga. Since there is no prominent Krishna Balaram temple in Vrindavan, we are attempting to construct one such temple will be attracted to Krishna Balaram, Nitai Gaur Chandra. See now the hidden agenda. So Vrajendranandana hey, Sachisuta hey. Narottam Das Thakur says, Balaram and the son of Maharaj Nanda have advented themselves as Gaur Nitai. To promulgate the fundamental principles, we are establishing Krishna Balaram temple to broadcast this message all over the world, which is the worship of Krishna Balaram, Chaitanya Charitamrita purport. So, Prabhupada comes to Miami temple. I am very glad to see this Miami temple. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu have come here. It is great fortune for all of you. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared for delivering the kinds of fallen souls in this age. Narottam Das Thakur sings, Papi Tapi Yato Chilo Hari Nama Udarillo. The same Krishna and same Nitai, Balaram, have appeared as Balaram and as Nityananda, as Lord Chaitanya, as mother, son of Sachi. Their business is to deliver all fallen souls, especially in the age of Kali Yuga. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission was that he should present by name, by his form, and every town and village. So you are fulfilling this mission. Whom he is telling? All his disciples. So you are fulfilling this mission. So undoubtedly you will be blessed and you will get Krishna's mercy through the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. Same thing, Prabhupada is sitting there. Think I'm speaking through him, he is blessing all of you. We just have to follow what he did in Miami. He is still here. He is telling the same thing. I just picked that up. Prabhupada arrives, address, Miami, February again 25, 1975. So this benediction is offered by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is very kindly, who has come here. I mean, he's come there. Nitai Gaura, so you all take advantage of his mercy. You are all very fortunate because Nitai Gaur is there. If you just chant Nitai Gaur and dance, you will become happy. There is no difficulty. There is no difficulty. You have to just chant Jai Satchinandana. Simply by chanting Hare Krishna, this will go on. So I am glad you are all taking Nitai Gaur so nicely, taking care of Nitai Gaur so nicely. They are all very dressed nicely. So continue this activity. Even if you cannot do perfectly, don't worry. Krishna will take care. But still you are doing a perfect job. Baltimore, July 7, 1976, Prabhupada addressed there. How simply Srila Prabhupada was making us comfortable, giving us the confidence, because we don't know anything. At that time, they didn't know anything. So they were just following the instructions. So sometimes it is better to be ignorant rather than pandit and make mistakes. Better to be ignorant and make mistakes, not becoming pandit. The moment you make a pandit, then people will say, hey, Panditji is making a mistake. So if an ordinary person makes a mistake, no problem. So Lord Chaitanya is telling, be simple, be humble. With humility you can win anybody's heart. A child makes mistake, no, everything is forgiven. In the same way, let us have that Komal Shraddha with us, so that people, forgive. Many people who are pandits, they come to our temple. They will say, this may not be good, that may not be good. It's okay for us, doesn't matter. We know this much. But what is the reciprocation? We are making progress in Krishna consciousness. What about them? So that they have to judge themselves. So the purpose of our Krishna consciousness movement is make it so simple that it touches their heart. Maybe one gulab jamun goes in the heart, it's over. That fellow is gone forever. Even if you get a bullet, sometimes they go and take out that bullet. But this bullet will go and dissolve inside. This gulab jamun will go dissolve. You can never take out. So many times, many people have got bullets. They will go remove it out. But this gulab jamun touches the heart and there is a transfer. And so nicely Srila Prabhupada is so much of confidence with those people. And all of us are born in this world of so much of rich culture is there. How much stronger we should be. Is it not? So a great responsibility lies with all of us. We can't rest until this unrest reduces. So let us do our bit. And then next, finally, he comes to Gaur Nitai, 1976. Gaur Nitai can be established anywhere. It is simple to worship them. Simply chant before their lordship. He does not mind whether you decorate him nicely or not. But you chant and dance, he is very pleased. Gaur Nitai is to be worshipped simply by Kirtan. Srila Prabhupada letter, April 21st, 1976. Our Swayam Prakash and Pramod Nitai also have gone to Vrindavan. They gone to Jagannath. Slowly Jaipur. Slowly Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda are manifesting. Actually, some hope has come after reading this. That it's better to bring them fast before Radha Krishna comes. Because I'm just seeing, worshipping Gaur Nitai, then we worship Radha Krishna. Because we are going through Radha Krishna with Gaur Nitai, maybe they may forgive us. Because it's impossible to worship Radha and Krishna. It's not possible. So today I saw a hope in what Prabhupada said. Somehow we have taken up this position of building the temple, and Radha Krishna is coming, Gaur Nitai is coming. Something we are doing because we got obligated. Somebody came and gave us money. We got obligated. We never thought, hey, what's going to happen? After Sheetalanga Prabhu came and gave all that, his training, he says, did we do a mistake? Impossible to come up to that level. But today I got a hope that, okay, Lord Nityananda, let us worship them nicely. Even not nice, they will tell them, Baba, you please take care, we will worship Radha. What do you say? Some hope is there. Not that we become complacent, but certainly how much ever we do, let us pray to them and we will go. That's why there's, we have to, so it is coming. When are they coming? Please ask him, he knows. Slowly they are manifesting. So Prabhupada gave another lecture in 1973, December 4. Gaura incarnation, he says, Parama Karuna, very merciful. He chanted that sloka. Poi Dujana, two lords, Nitai Gaura. They are the main incarnation. Simply Ananda Kanda. By just chanting them, it is nothing but Kevala Ananda Kanda. Srila Lochandas Thakur has sung this Parama Karuna Poi Dujana. We can sing that song later. The two brothers, similarly, in a letter at July 12, 1974, Srila Prabhupada writes, you asked about Krishna Balaram deities. No, Krishna Balaram already there as Chaitanya Nityananda. Okay, the best thing is establish Gaur-Nitai deities. In Vrindavan, we are establishing Krishna Balaram deities. Because most of the temple have Radha Krishna, there is no Krishna Balaram. So that has a different purpose. Now you don't do Krishna Balaram. We should not imitate that. Better have Gaur-Nitai, Radha Krishna and Lord Jagannath. That system must continue. This is given unknowingly. Jagannath is there, Radha Krishna is coming there, Gaur-Nitai is there. See, he never talked about Krishna and Balaram. One thing is coming for us is, this is a teamwork. If only Narahari things or the Suvan Gaur things or Swayam Prakash things doesn't work. So, these 6 or 8 people who are going to be part of us, thousands of people have to come and take care of them. It's not possible. So, now or later become serious. Sword is there hanging. You can't ask them to come here and you come and say Haribol and go. That will not work. Because you are a custodian of the legacy of Srila Prabhupada. Outside people it is okay. But we coming here, we are telling, oh, it's our deities, come and see everything. After they go, you also go off and nobody cares for them. How will it happen? So better rethink the strategies, how to adjust our time, where we can give them some quality time for their lordship. What do you say, Anirudh Prabhu? He is the closest there. So let us see how much more we can expect from him. Baladev means strength. Again, a letter. And Baladev means who gives strength for spiritual advancement. Nayam Atma Pravachanena Labhyo, Nayam Atma Balahina Labhyaha. They are the Vedic injection. Without Balaram, Nityananda grace, one cannot make advancement. So last letter, lecture Mayapur, March 4, 1974. This is the grace of Lord Nityananda. Narottam Das Thakur is talking about that. So, we have to pray to Lord Nityananda. He is very merciful. He is so kind. Baladeva gives us the spiritual strength. Then we can approach Supreme Lord. Therefore, we should chant Nitai Gaura. This is the process. We cannot change this policy. Pancha Tattva must be worshipped. Otherwise, where we'll get the strength. The spiritual master is Nityananda. Our spiritual master is a representation of Nityananda Prabhu. That is Bhaktisiddhanta Vari Thakur. So, when Nityananda Prabhu is pleased, then we become detached to material attractions. In conclusion, Srila Prabhupada says in Atlanta, February 28, 1975, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is kind, Nityananda Prabhu is more kinder. Therefore, let us submit ourselves to Nityananda's mercy and approach Lord Chaitanya. Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Floor is yours. If time is there, floor is yours. This also I have to give?
ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪ್ರಭು, ತಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಫೂರ್ತಿದಾಯಕವಾದ ಪ್ರವಚನವನ್ನು ಭಾಳಷ್ಟು ಭಕ್ತರು ಆನಂದಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ನಿಮಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. ನೀವು ಒಂದು ಸಂದೇಶವನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟರಿ. ಪ್ರತಿ ವರ್ಷ ನಾವು ಯಾವ ಘಟ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿ ಭಕ್ತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ ಅಂತ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ನಾವು ಪರಾಮರ್ಶೆಗೆ ಒಳಪಡಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಈ ಪರಾಮರ್ಶೆಗೆ ಒಳಪಡಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳುವಂಥ ಹಂತದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಅಹಂಕಾರ ಅಥವಾ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ ಪಡುವಂಥ ಸನ್ನಿವೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ಒಳಗಾಗುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಇರಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ನನ್ನ ಒಂದು ಅನಿಸಿಕೆ. ಅಂಥ ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಯಾವ ವಿಧಾನವನ್ನು ಅನುಸರಿಸಿ ಆ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿಯನ್ನು ನಿಭಾಯಿಸಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಸಲಹೆ ಕೊಡಬೇಕಾಗಿ ವಿನಂತಿ.
So bottom line is, you are asking when we are not able to understand.
No, while what is that? Yes, assessing our this thing progress, then actually we should not get puffed up. So I am going towards nearing to Goloka Vrindavan or something like that.
Well, when you are looking, the moment when you start analyzing, assessing yourself, you already become humble. Because when you think of you are already the best, why will you assess yourself? You will always say, I'm the best. So when you start analyzing critically your own acts, that's it. It's in humble mood. But nevertheless, your marks card you can take to your seniors and say, this is what is happening to my life. One. Second aspect is, the very nature, it will help you to become more service-oriented. Like Bhakti Thakur is talking about the service mode. When a devotee starts progressing, he will always look for services. So that itself is a symptom which will help you to understand. So certainly it will not be this ahankar is an integral, it's already there. But we are under somebody and asking somebody, Prabhu, how am I doing? That itself will help you to overcome this. So that is why we have to have the sadhu sangha. In sadhu sangha, the most dangerous thing is going out. There, somewhere or other that you are protected. So when Nityananda Prabhu himself is under shelter of Lord Chaitanya, then he is telling the same thing. No? So fear the non-devotee association. Then you will slowly overcome this. And he said in Kannada, many things. I answered you in English.
No problem. Thank
you. Anybody else? Oh, he has come. I was quoting you today. He wrote the gate exam. I don't know which gate, this gate or that gate. A gate which opens to the Vaikunta or the gate. Coincidentally, I want to share one more thing. Two things happened for the past 2 months. One more devotee came and joined us. And he said, I would like to serve. And he also said that I'm fed up with material problems. I'm slowly sinking. So give me some space here, I'll do. So he's joined. So this is wonderful. You can see that this temple is making. And yesterday, surprisingly, there's one lady, Mataji, came to me and said, I want to speak to you. I said, yes, Mataji, tell me. Prabhu, I have decided to resign, she said. I said, what are you going to resign? No, I'm doing my teaching. She may be on this one. I forgive her, but I'll not name. So she may be online. So she said, I want to quit my job. She has a teaching job. You have so many years of service. Why do you want to quit? No, past few time of hearing this Bhagavatam, all this happening, I'm slowly getting frustrated with material world, she said. She says, no, I want to put. I said, is everything okay? Everybody settled in your house? Because I only doubt myself. Then she said, no, everything is settled, don't worry. Now, do you have space for me in the temple? That means for what? I said, no, I want to come and do service. So you can see that it has effects. So this soul is very rare when they say, I want to resign. I want to join. So this is the contentment. So this is kind of progress. When you make more and more preparation in the material world, thinking, okay, I'll give some donation and things work. Krishna doesn't want your donation. He wants you as a donation. Not money. Money many people will give. When a soul commits himself to Krishna to expand this movement, he wants that. So this is a cue you can all take. Someday, keep your resignation ready. I will be ready to accept it on behalf of their Lordship. Because that resignation means employment with Krishna. That's what Bhakti-Sabari Thakur says. When you disengage with Maya, you engage with Krishna. There is no Tatastha Shakti in between. There is no in between. Maya or Krishna. So in that way, these two things I wanted to share. So many will join like this. They will come. You will not know. In that way, this movement will progress. Not that you have to jump right now. Don't commit even spiritual suicide. It is not recommended. You have to go according to. When I asked her, everything is okay? No, everything is okay. But I have decided, now I don't have responsibility. I want to dedicate my life to Krishna. What do you say, Keshagor? Is not a good mood? Huh? How much money is in your cupboard? So that we don't have to earn more. If it comes by itself, you have to do it. So that's how life is. Yes. Anybody else? Time for service. We have to decorate the temple, clean up things. And yes. You give everybody mic. Why you don't take?
We should only focus on discussing only our parampara, not others' parampara. So even when we speak to some other other people, they never speak about other parampara. They only talk about their parampara to us.
Yeah.
So we also should follow that, and then only we can progress.
My talk about that was not that way. Generally what happens is, we become critical of other sampradayas. That we should not be. Just talk about us. Sometimes they may say we may do better. They may be doing. But for us, Nitai Gaur is there. What our Guru said, we'll do that. In that respect, I said, so we can highlight these things. Suppose a knowledgeable person comes. See what happened with Lord Chaitanya with Kashmir Pandit. When he came, the discussion was something else. So, many people will come to us. We are people who have just jumped out of, we have not become Pandits and we have not done this movement. You understand? Maybe in your previous life we might have become Pandits. We are completing in this journey. So we come here, we may not know all that Vedanta. But we know Anta, we may not know Veda. What is Anta is Krishna. So that is enough. Sometimes we may get carried away of putting this. Now ours is an inclusive movement. We have to get them also on board. So you have to have strategies. What do you say, Sundaru Prabhu? The strategist preacher. Anything he will preach, he will bring one slide. Anything he will bring something like that, some ladder he will bring. Yeah, so much it is, simple it is, but it's really touching the heart. The modern people, they have various ways of communication, skills. But it's very useful in ISKCON, whether they use it or not. We pick that up and use it. Same Ram Band, them only will give. Baba, years only. What is your conclusion? Tatparya, bolo. His sweet smile is Tatparya. Panditji? Yes? I'll come back to you. Kuch to bolo.
One thing which made me think also is that in the beginning you were telling that year by year the festivals they keep coming and going, but then we need to see in our own heart that others may not be able to see that whether am I progressing spiritually or whether I'm at the same just level or just not worried about. So that was one thing which was really made me to think.
One thing I request, we should all pray for him. Great responsibility is taken. Children preaching, not easy. So many schools, 30, 40 schools, he and his team has gone. So the more we empower him, the more we pray for him, the more he will do wonders. Because impregnating that seed in the children's heart is not easy. And once it's spread, then their children, they will become his children, not their children. That is the result. Guru's relationship, sometimes we may forget the parents, but teachers, sometimes we don't forget. They always remain in the heart. Yes, Sundarup. Right, one mic. Our Panditji is sitting today. Srinivas Prabhu has come here. He is authored many books. Haribol, thanks for joining us.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yeah.
This is in connection to the point that you are making about other sampradayas. Within our ISKCON movement, I've seen many devotees trying to take small practices from other sampradaya and then quote and say, we have to follow this also. So, though we educate about Prabhupada's preaching, Prabhupada's message, Srimad Bhagavatam, still they're getting influenced by other sampradayas. So, what should be the way we should deal with those devotees, Prabhu?
Should encourage them, Guru Mukha Padma Vakya. That means we are initiated. Our Guru has already given, what kind of roles we have to play, what we have to follow. Everything is there. Somebody is trying to, take from there. It's unfortunate. But nevertheless, you have to find a way to. But many things, it's not other sampradayas. See, worshipping Krishna, it is calling from Narada Pancha Sutra, it is there. It is all based on the Shrutis and Smritis. So it's nothing that they will do something else. That instead of doing like this, they will not do like that. You understand? Everything is correct. But there are certain things what we take up and do things, and what the other sampradayas do. So the purpose behind this is everything is concentrated around the holy name. The chanting the holy. We give a lot of emphasis on that. Rather than giving Charanamrita, giving Shatari. That is on different levels. But our main aim whole is to make them chant Hare Krishna. That is what given by Lord Chaitanya. So that is what is there. In case if somebody is doing certain things, maybe the reason is to attract some Sri Vaishnavas, he may be doing it, or to Madhvas, he may be doing it. But if that becomes the standard, then it is not good. Sometimes we also come an agenda like this. Even though we are coming from Ramanuja Sampradaya, we are coming from Madhva Sampradaya, many of our, the way of doing things is from Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya. You understand? So we can't say, oh, what is this? It is not like that. Our Guru decided we will follow this. We are going by that. Kali Yuga Dharma is Harinam Sankirtana. So that everything boils down to that. If that is not there, that's why what did Prabhupada say? Even if deity is not decorated properly, doesn't matter. You chant in front of them, you dance in front of them, he says. But over a period of time, everything will become perfect. Even see our own strength of the chanting of the Vedas, all these things in Mayapur, Gurukuls, they are wonderful. They are capable of doing many things. Is it not? So they are equally, our Prabhuji can help in that. We are slowly becoming Pandit in every aspect because the Shastra Praman is common to all of us. Yes. Prabhu, you would like to add something? Srinivas Prabhu? Okay. All right. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai, Nityananda Prabhu ki jai. Let's have a glorious festival.